Thank you for visiting our channel. Today I came out to review and also quick unbox this nice looking Android box. This is Tanggula's latest version called X5. Yes, it's jam-packed with the latest version of Logic chipset. Comes with 4GB of RAM, 128GB internal storage for recording, and on top of that, this is a gigabit LAN and an AC Wi-Fi. And don't forget to watch the full review on our website. So this is it. I do not want to forget, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, click the subscribe button. Make sure you share this with your friends and family, and make sure to click the notification, select all in order to get notified once we have a new video out. On top of that, if you have a question, drop them at the bottom of the video. We'll have to help you out ASAP. And don't forget to click the like button. It really motivates us to make these type of videos quickly with a little more detail every time. And here are all the components that are part of the box. So with the package we received this remote, and this one is called W3 and is created by Chip, and it is a really nice looking remote. So let's just unpack it first. And this is what is included inside of the box. You're going to get a little user manual on how you can use it, and this is how the paper looks when you go to the front or to the back. Has one more page which is in a total different language, but in the back is the English. Now it does come with this little USB dongle, and this is how it will make it work. And the remote itself is sitting inside of a plastic so it doesn't get scratched up, and this is how it really looks. I really like that design. Now this is also remind me of the Apple TV remote, which I have one. And this is how big this one is, but again it has more options than the actual Apple TV remote, but it's a little bit similar on how it's been designed. I really like that, but the back part also have the similar taste to it, that it is silver. But let's just go through and show you. So this is, which is a USB Type-C connection, so this way you can charge it. And then going in the back, there's nothing here. And I have to mention that inside of the box you do not get the wire for charging, so I'm sure that they know that a lot of us, so that way we can charge it. But this is the top, so the IR sensor, and then we have the part that we can take the plastic out. So satisfying to take it out, and there you go. This is how it really looks when you look in the front. So let's go from the top. You do have the power button. There's a little LED indicator, so when you press you can see that it is blinking. Right now it's blinking because it's not connected. You have your navigation key with the OK in the middle, and then you have your home or escape button. You have your mic button so you can talk. Maybe that part, the top part, is the mic. And then you have the menu, you have the cursor, that means the air mouse, and then volume up and down. And on the bottom it's really nicely written Chip. I really like that design. Now going to the back part of it, the full keyboard is there so that we can play with. But this is how the remote really looks, so you can play with it. So it comes with this user manual. Now you have to go flip in the back to see everything. It's starting from getting started on a basic operation, also power and sleep, open applications. But if you go inside, it has everything captured, that how you should be able to see your main screen. I can connect to Wi-Fi. What are the hotspots? If you want to use your Android box as an hotspot, you can do that too. Now there's also another user guide. This one is a little bit colorful and the paper's done really nicely too. It does say X5 series. Once you open it, it has the interface statement and also how you will be able to connect and use the remote that is part of this, which we will get in a couple of seconds. And also you have the screenshots on how it's going to look and how you will be able to connect to your Wi-Fi. Going in the back, it gives you some information on how you will be able to play with some of the apps that they have preloaded, but you do require subscription for this. And also for this you can use your login to go in, but this one comes with it so you can watch your channels. And going down you have more information inside of it. I am sure you're going to like this better. Now it does come with an HDMI cable. It also comes with this power adapter, which is 5 volt 2 amp, and you can see that it is created for Canada, United States. Now this box also comes with this IR remote, and you can see the IR sensor on the top. It just takes 2 AAA batteries, which is not included in the box. There is some instructions on how you will be able to connect this with your TV. And going to the front part of it, you have your power. And then your power for your TV, your SAT, TVN, volume down, volume up for your TV that you can control. Going down a little bit, you have rewind and fast forward, help button, apps button, your volume buttons on the other side. You have a home and also return or escape button. Navigation key with the OK in the middle. You do have your static mouse and then the menu button, and your numeric buttons are in the bottom, but doesn't have any more markings, but it does look really nice. Now comes the big moment, which is the box itself, sitting inside of a little plastic, so till it gets to you, it doesn't get scratched up. But once you open it, this is how it looks. I really like the design. You can go from the front, you have a place so you can see your time. It does have a little film that you can take off. And then going on the other side of it, there's not much things there, but on the top, you also have another film that you can take off. So that way it will look really nice. Their name is written really nicely on the top. I really like that little design with the cuts on the sides for breathing. That is ventilation, by the way. Going on the other side of it, you have your micro SD slot, one USB 3.0. Now going in the curved part of it, you have one USB 2.0. Going in the back part of it, you have your LAN connection, and then you have the AV connection. Again, this is really good if you want to place this on the recovery screen, except that this is good for your audio out. And then you have HDMI. You also have an optical audio connection, so this we can connect it to your stereo system, and your power connection, which is 5 volt 2 amps. Going on the other side of it, there's nothing there, but once you go to the bottom, you have more holes for ventilation. You do have your serial number written right in the bottom of it, and then you have the little sticker that will tell you exactly what type of ROM and RAM you have, which is 4 GB and 128 gig, the one I have, and then also your DC input, just in case if you ever misplaced it. This is where you will be able to find in order to change that. And this little part is really cool, so when you put it on the ground, there you go. Now it's not going to wobble, but all right, enough said about it. Let's get this connected. So first we will connect the HDMI cable and then the power. And then in the front, you can see the light turned on, and also you have a time. So as soon as you turn it on, this is the first screen you're going to get for Tanggula. Yes, you will see this little screen that is animated, which is perfect, and it just goes in. Now this is their main screen. As soon as you go in, you have all of the information in front of you that you need. So you have your Bluetooth already turned on. Then you do have time and date on the side. And you also have this little brush, which is for background apps cleaning, which is really cool. It's right on the top. Then you have the huge icons sitting in the front. And then you have some shortcuts that are in the bottom. One of the shortcuts is their Tanggula app, which is really cool. So let's go through first under apps. And these are the main apps that comes with it. So we haven't installed anything on top in order to play with it yet. But this is how everything looks. And on top of that, you have to connect to your Wi-Fi or LAN connection. In this case, I'm not connected whatsoever. So we have to go to settings. And then we can go to our network. And you can set up your Wi-Fi very, very easily. Now connecting to the internet was very fast. This is something new that I really like about this box already. Alright, so let's capture a few things. Now number one is, let's go through YouTube app. Now you can see through this that we do capture up to maximum 2160 pixel. That means this is set up on 4K. That's not it. Let's go a little bit more further inside the YouTube app. Now as you can see, there are some little numbers over here. So you can see the frame rate right now. It is on 1080p for capturing, but there's 7 drops out of 1000. And this is maximum quality that it can bring in, which is about 4K but in 30 Hertz, and all the information is there. Now which codecs they use to bring it in is also written, which is really cool. Again, there are a lot of information like this available, and you can see that the frame drop did not change, which is perfect. That's why we like to play with YouTube app inside of these type of boxes. Now one thing that I noticed is when I went inside of apps that it came with 2 different browsers. Number one was Chrome, and if you look, there is also Firefox. Our favorite is always going to be Chrome because this is part of the Google experience. Now the next thing I want to capture and I want to talk about is AIDA64. Now under AIDA64 you get everything raw. That's why we really like this. Number one, that the TV name is there, and then what version of manufacturer they're going to use is AM Logic. And then model number is X5 series. Perfect. Going underneath of it, you can see even the brand of the box, and then the board name is right underneath of it. Now, if you go down a little bit, there is RAM, and it is 4 gigabyte. And then underneath of it, how much is available and how much has been used, or it is going to be able to use in total out of the 4. And going underneath of it is your internal storage. I know that this one comes with 128, but you can see there is about 109 gigabyte available there you go, internal storage. And that means is the rest of them is taken care of by partition and also the OS and the apps that you installed inside of it. Going down your Bluetooth, it says 4 plus. I know that as they indicated to me that it is higher than 4 inside of the box. Now going under CPU itself, it is ARM Cortex A55, which is running on 2004 megahertz, and the structure for the actual board is set up on 64-bit, but it is running on 32-bit. And there you go, these are all the cores, and the ones that are running and the ones that are sleeping, you can see all of them changing, going all the way to the top and coming back. And the CPU utilization is really low, which is really good. Now the scaling governor it just says scheduled, which is really good. Again, that's why you're not going to see heat on your box. And then what type of version of apps will work. Now going under display, your native resolution is set up under 1080p, but you can see that it is 61 dpi, which is really cool. The GPU on this is Mali G31, which is a single core running on 60 Hz on landscape mode, and also the OpenGL is 3.2, which means is when you play games, it's going to be smooth. I'm going under network itself. Now, once we switch it, you can see that 5G network is supported, but going up a little bit, you will see your dB gain and also the speed link. What is the maximum you can get out of your Wi-Fi if everything is running perfectly? So it is not that much, but again, it will work for you when you are playing with 5G network. Now, we do not have battery, we don't have to worry about that, but the Android itself is running Android 11, which is called Red Velvet Cake, and going underneath of it is the API, which is 30, and that's really, really cool. Is the terminal. It is the SOC terminal 62.5, which is really good. That means is the main CPU. DDR is your RAM is running really good too, and the battery itself, which is where you're going to connect your power, which is 4. That means it's really good numbers. Again, I really like that. Now going under the codecs is all of you guys always asking. So if you scroll all the way in the bottom, you can see there is VP9 H264, and going up a little bit, VP8 is there, and MPEG-4 is there, AV1 is there. That should really resolve a lot of issues when you're playing with codecs on your box. So we will press home. This is it for the AIDA64. Alright, so the next thing we're going to capture is going to be Geekbench. Now at the Geekbench, we already ran this, and this is the number that we have received. So for single core, we got 140, and for multi-core, we received 489 for this box with the latest software on it and the AM Logic chipset. This is a really good number to look at. I really like this. Now, one thing I have to mention is that you can change your background on this. This is so easy. Just click on that background app on the main screen, which is called Wallpaper. Click on it, go to default, and you can have your own, by the way, too, through USBs. And then you can change your background to something different. Let's select this one. And then once you select it, press back, and now it's just saving. So that is your background now. How easy and how neat that is to set up, and so easily you can play with it. Now, the next thing we want to capture will be the video player. So we will select, and then I have some videos already from the network. So if you go to 1080p play it, it should automatically play. And you can see that the volume is a little bit low right now because I'm capturing it, and I want to make sure that my voice shows up more than the actual sound from the video itself. But it's playing it very, very smoothly. Now, that's not the only thing. When we went to the actual 4K, in this case 10-bit, this is how easy it is to play. Yes, as soon as it goes through, it is very nice and smooth, and the sound is also with it. Now, it is perfect. Yes, there's no stop to it, and it is playing it very smooth and nice and easy. Yes, this box can do your 10-bit 4K without any hesitation. The next thing I want to capture will be our speed test. Now we have already processed our speed test using the Wi-Fi, which was 5G, and then the LAN connection. Now I have to mention that for the very first time that we launched our 5G network and we were playing with it, it's so cool. You can see the numbers right in front of you. So we got 184 for our download and 32.1 for our upload. Now this is 5G and you can see that it went up arced a little bit. It went roughly about 200 and then it started going downhill after that, but it stayed still. So it didn't go that much of a difference. Now we did it one more time to make sure we get a better number. This time we got a little bit lower, which is 181 and 32.3, which is a little bit higher, but you can see that for the download this time it stayed steady a little bit and it didn't arc. And same thing with the upload rate. It was very slow and then it started getting better. And our ping was really low too. Now when we tried with our LAN connection very first time, you can see that the arc went up a little bit to almost 700 megabits, but it started coming down to 672 in total, and then 32.4 for our upload rate. But ping was really low. That's what I really like. And then once we tried for the last time, we got a little bit better numbers, which was 698, and you can see the arc was keep coming down, but it went up and it stayed there, which is really good. And then for our upload rate we got 32.4. So saying an overall for the speed and also for connection to the Wi-Fi, we were just blown out of the water because this really connect quickly to Wi-Fi and it still went up really good numbers. And once we also did this test using a landline, same type of quality, but it's really good numbers that it brought down. So that means is the actual firmware creators really paid attention on this part to bring up proper firmware on the OS 11 on this box. That's not only thing, we already shown you in the actual Tanggula app that what type of Wi-Fi speeds we were getting, which is not this high, but it was really good for you to watch your channels without any kind of hesitation. That is what we were really looking for from these type of boxes. Now I have to mention that there are many other settings in this that we can go through and show you how good this box is, but there's not enough time. So yes, you can go to apps and yes, you will be able to see Prime Video, also Tubi TV, and there are more in there that we can capture, something like Netflix or even Disney Plus. Yes, you can go to it, log in and take advantage of it. But for that, you do require to have that Air Mouse remote, which we got in the package with this. But that remote is not part of the bundle. So you have to purchase that separately, which I'm showing you right now. But except that this is an awesome, really nice looking box that you could play with and go next. This was our take. And I want to mention one thing, that all the links will be available in the bottom where you can order this from, except that if you do like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and make sure you visit our website, which is xctex.info. We have a lot of tutorials added from YouTube, and there is a lot more tutorial that we have keep adding every day. And on top of that, if you want to see full reviews of any of the boxes, visit our website, which is xctex.info, as I mentioned before. Except that if you wanted to order this, links are available in the bottom. And I hope you guys like our video. If you do like it, click the like button, subscribe button on the top, comment in the bottom. Always remember to visit our own website, which is xctex.info. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and other social networking places. And thank you.